8 off her first over, as we see that Smriti Mandana to 1,000 runs against Australia. Not just 1,000 runs, but the quickest to do so as well. Let's have a look at the pitch in between the innings. So ground staff get out there just to tidy things up, repaint the lines, but also a chance to us to have a look at this surface as well. A surface that produced 338 runs for Australia. Good movement there from Megan Shute from the hand. Jemmy Rodrigues. It's a new role for her in at number 3. She's done it on 4 occasions, once in this World Cup, a magnificent 76 not out against New Zealand. And then prior to that, you've got to go back to 2018, where she hit 1, 2022 on 2 occasions, but both of those single figures as well.
I think more than the role, it's important to understand that she's coming in the power play as a number 3 batter facing a new ball, which she hasn't done for a long time now, because she plays at number 5. And the game that you spoke about, she came in that after 30 overs. So yes, the spinners were on. It was pretty much an old ball, but today the challenge is to face the new ball.
Yeah, there's a bit of space there. It's quite a big gap. And it's going to be Litchfield, who's already done a little bit of running, to track that one down. India got off to an absolute flyer. Opening partnership that went past 200. And sometimes you just sit there and you watch, and it can be difficult to get yourself in. But Jemmy Rodrigues got out there, and right from ball 1, found the middle of the bat, and it's such a pivotal innings there at number 3 for India. Well, you know all about facing the new ball. What's the biggest challenge for Jemmy Rodrigues?
Well, the first thing is to negate that swing that both the bowlers are able to extract out of the surface. Under lights, they get a lot more than what we've seen in the first innings. And then to rebuild India's innings after that first wicket.
Solid in defence to finish off the third, 18 for 1.
And now it's time to vote for your around player of the match. Cast your vote on women.
Just a quick smirk and smile on Alyssa Healy's face. Australian captain will be over the moon that they broke the opening partnership nice and early, getting Shafali Verma. A lot of game to play out though. Instead, Smriti Mandana the fastest to 1,000 runs against Australia, beating Nat Siva-Brunt by 2 innings. I'm just looking up at the field at the moment. It's something that I know you've played a lot against Australia, Mithali Raj, but the sea of yellow, and they play that to their advantage. They move around the field so well. It's like a swarm of bees. So every time you look up, you can see movement all the time. Advancing down the pitch and some good contact.
Yeah, of course, this is because Smriti Mandana is, of course, calculating the run rate. She knows at this point she needs to get those boundaries to keep up with the required run rate.
A couple of left-handers in there, Amy Satterthwaite and Smriti Mandana. World-class players against world-class bowling attacks. I actually spoke to Deb Hockley the other night. She was message saying how good Alyssa Healy's knock was, and to pass on a message of congratulations. She said to me, though, that she would have loved to have hit more runs against Australia, but she is still high on the average list. That's how hard it is to hit runs against this team in any generation. Yep, clean at backward point.
Well, this is the same wicket which Bangladesh and Sri Lanka has played, a little on the slower side. Usually on a good batting track, Smriti would have got it through that. She would have bisected the two fielders in the in-circle, the backward point and short third. We've seen a lot of runs she's scoring from that area. But today the wicket is a little on a slower side. She'll have to work how she can access to the other areas which can fetch her runs.
And that's one of the reasons why she's probably coming down the wicket too. One, to create length, but two, to create a little bit of extra pace on the ball. Most runs since the previous World Cup in New Zealand, 22. And a strike rate of 150 plus against short balls. Not too bad off full balls as well. That's one of the reasons why Australia are keeping her on the front foot.
Also why they have a protection on the offside, especially when you're pitching up to her, you want to have protection on the boundary line. And so they do have a sweeper, and they do also have a deep square leg. In case if it just gets onto the pads. But so far Australia have been pulling tight lines.
Nicely timed to mid-wicket, end of the fourth, 20 for 1.
Is the end of 4